Hi everyone, welcome to EDRE 384 Children's Literature. I'm Greta Freeman and I'll be your instructor for this course. So in this video, I'm going to give you a little background about myself and then we'll go into the course details, Blackboard, your tools and resources and syllabus with the assignments and so forth. So I've been teaching at USC Upstate for about 18 years. I've taught Children's Lit every semester since I've been here. I've changed it up quite a bit over the years just to make sure that it's beneficial for the students and updated. And the course that you are in is in the third semester of this new format. And the reason that I changed it up this last time is because I wanted to utilize AI to help support you with your writing and your assignments. So we will be using a outside platform that you can get to through this Blackboard site. It's called Packback, and I'll go into that in just a little bit. So a little more about me. I live in the mountains of Western North Carolina with my husband and my dog and animals, cat, chickens, and drive down the mountain to campus. I have two kids who just graduated from UNC Charlotte. So I kind of have seen the college experience, the current college experience from a different point of view through the eyes of my children. So rather than being on the side of a professor, I've seen a little bit more than what I guess I was familiar with, even going through college myself. So I'm going to go through the Blackboard site. So we'll just start on the main page for the content area. And if you guys need to, after I go through everything, the syllabus and so forth, if you need to get in touch with me, there are different ways, and feel free to contact me. I generally reply to messages, emails within 24 hours. Sometimes it could be up to 48 hours depending on what's going on. But the best way to get in touch with me is through email because I check it all day long. It comes through on my phone. But if you want to message me on the course website, the Blackboard course, you can click the messages button. That's a personal message. Or you can go through to the discussions. There is a link to questions about the course. So you can ask a question where the community everybody in the class can see your question and also see my response to the question. So those are ways that you can get in touch with me. So we will click on the Start Here button. This is where you're going to begin. And under the Start Here, it gives you a little background information. You'll see the syllabus. The textbook will be linked here. It will be under a link called Vital Source. And then you also have a link to Packback, which takes you to another site where you're going to do like short papers and questions and sort of like discussion board, but they're a little bit different than discussion forums. We have under Start Here, you have Blackboard support and technology. It'll take you to links if you are in need of help with technology or Blackboard. There's a link to student supports and resources. So this takes you to a lot of resources that you may be interested in. The Spartan Pantry Counseling Services has a link, disability services, accessibility information. And so there's a lot of good information on that link. So also under the Start Here, you have Packback support links. When you start learning about Packback, it's a learning curve. It takes some getting used to. So you will probably have questions. I want you to immediately look at your assignments on your syllabus and start looking into Packback and how to use that like days before your first assignment is due. Because if you wait until the last minute, your first Packback submission may not happen as easily as you think it's going to. And if it's late, you don't get any points for the assignment. So you need to make sure that you kind of figure that out before you start, before the deadline, a while before the deadline. There's also textbook and packback links to both of their accessibility statements. So if you have questions about that. So I'm going to open the course syllabus to begin, and we'll just look through the assignments. So my course syllabus is very similar to others that you've seen. All of my contact information. We have the description from the catalog, your required readings such as your textbook, and then you'll be doing some research throughout the class. So you'll be looking into other children's books, packback, technology, all of the information about what you need is here. I would suggest not opting out of the packback because it is an additional cost. It's sort of like a textbook, but if you opt out of it, you would have to purchase it outside of the university, the bookstore, and there won't be a connection if you do it that way between your packback assignments and your Blackboard grades. So it's crazy. It's a real mess to try to work it out that way. It's better to go through the university bookstore for packback. If you want to opt out for the textbook, you could do that and get a hard copy of the textbook, but I would suggest using the packback code that comes directly from the bookstore. There are 10 course competencies. So these are kind of your overarching general competencies or objectives, goals for the course. And when you go into each module, you will see an alignment between these 10 course competencies and each module's learning objectives and your assessments and assignments. So I've shown a connection between a thread through all of those in the course modules, and also some throughout the syllabus and the assignments. So you have your course policies, you have information about ADA, what happens if you need to take an incomplete, the attendance policy, which it's an online course, so just being in the course several times a week and making sure that you're getting your assignments in by the deadline and communicating with classmates and myself, you'll be fine with that. Academic integrity, plagiarism, other university policies and information if you're interested in reading about those. And then the next piece to the syllabus is the assignments, and this is a description of each assignment. So you have 10 packback discussions, and these are where you go into the packback platform and I give you a topic or information, and then you have to create a question based on the topic and the course readings. And you'll get the hang of it after you've done it once or twice. It'll be more clear. And then you have to respond to a couple of your classmates' posts on those packback discussions. So there's two components to packback. One is the discussions, or what they're called through packback is questions. And the other is what we call deep dives. These are like short papers based on a topic and questions that I give you to write about. So the cool thing about packback is as you're writing, you don't write it on a Word doc or a Google Doc and then transfer it. I mean, I guess you could, but you write it in the block on the packback site. And as you're writing, there is AI support that gives you suggestions to improve your writing. So that's really cool because it helps you with your writing. And it'll say you need citations, or you need a reference, or your grammar, needs work here. So it's really very helpful to improve your writing as a college student, not only for this course, but for future courses. So that's the second piece to pack back. And it gives you instructions exactly for how to submit your assignments on Packback. But if you have questions or if you're confused, there's a lot of links within Blackboard and on the Packback site that will show videos of how to use it, how to write your questions. So you have to watch the videos and you have to read to understand how to use Packback. So it's kind of a new thing. I think I'm only one of maybe 2 professors at USC Upstate who have used it, so I'm not sure you've seen it before. There's a midterm exam, which will be on the first 6 chapters of your textbook. There's a research paper where you choose a topic from the list here, and you have guidelines for that. And then you have a final project where you are going to choose your own topic, and you're going to create a video or audio presentation using, you can use PowerPoint, but you do have to have an audio of yourself or video of yourself sharing the presentation, explaining what's in your slides. So the directions are here and also on Blackboard. The next part of the syllabus is your course schedule. So I have dates. This is pretty much when your deadlines are for whatever your assessments, assignments, and whatever's going on that week or that module. So I also have the module that it connects to the assignments and assessments, the content, what your assignments are and what your assessments are, and how it connects to the course competencies, and then your points breakdown. And then this is your overall points and your grade scale and more information about assignments and requirements for your assignments. So that's the syllabus. And that's everything under Start Here pretty much that you're going to look at kind of in the beginning of the course. So the next piece is your course modules. There are 6 course modules. Under each module, I have listed your learning objectives, your assignments, and there may be under a module additional information. Some modules have it, some there's not additional information. But if you have an assignment like the research paper that's outside of Packback, you'll see a submission link within the module. So I'm going to click on learning objectives so you kind of see what the objectives look like. So for this module, there are 5 learning objectives, and underneath the learning objectives, I've listed the course competencies alignment and also which assignment that this learning objective aligns with. So then if you look at your assignments, those are numbered and you see how they connect with your learning goals or learning objectives. So I'll go down to a different module. So like in module 4, you have the research paper. So you'll click on the research paper and it will give you information and how to submit that assignment. So those are your course modules. So you kind of really need to go back and forth between the syllabus and the schedule and the course modules and the assignments to make sure that everything is being completed on time. I have some additional course supports, which are mainly websites that lead to additional information based on the content that you're reading. There's one module that has, can't remember which one it is. I think it's maybe module 1 that has links to, like here you have videos of picture book read alouds. So there's tons of people, like famous people reading aloud children's books that kind of came out of COVID, but they're still available to you. So when you have to look into reading picture books or different genres of books, you can use this, or you can do your own research online, or go to the library. We have tons. We have a great children's and adolescent book section in our library, and even like Barnes and Noble, or a bookstore is a good place where they allow you to just go in and sit down and read and look through the resources and books that they have. So that's pretty much everything. If I'm missing something, or if you have questions, just get in touch with me. For grading, I generally have grades completed like a week from the time you submit them. So sometimes it'll be sooner. If something is, going on, like with Hurricane Helene, I was a little behind with grading, and we had to change all of the deadlines and everything. But generally, I will get grades to you within a week. And some of these are graded automatically, like your midterm exam will give you the grade immediately after you submit it. So, welcome. Glad to have you. Excited about the semester and the course. And please get in touch with me if you have any questions or anything comes up throughout the semester. I will submit announcements frequently and connect with you if any changes need to be made. Thanks.